So the neighbour wakes me up this morning, making a racket mowing his lawn, and check this out. He doesn't even mow my sidewalk. It used to be common courtesy. So this morning I'm heading out to get some herbal tea. I'm going to the Chinese-owned part of Brisbane, Australia. That's my city. Actually, the whole city is obviously owned by the Chinese. But this is the part that they actually live in. And that's not to blame the Chinese at all, no racist. It's basically the fault of John Howard and Paul Keating, who were the 90s prime ministers of Australia, who sold the place fair and square to the Chinese. It's Australia, I mean. They sold off all of Australia to the Chinese. I'm in Sunnybank, which is the Chinese part of Brisbane, so I suppose the Chinese come here, have a bowl of noodles and do a land acknowledgement saying, oh, we'd like to acknowledge the previous owners, the Gillespie family from Northern Ireland, who had a farm here in the late 19th century. They obviously got it from the government, who nicked it from the Aboriginals. There's a heap of Chinese restaurants. And right beside Sunnybank is a suburb called Robertson. So Sunnybank and Robertson have all these 90s mansions that were built by the rich Chinese back then. Some are just ginormous. Sign fell off. It used to be surveillance cameras, guard dogs, and kung fu masters. Some are McMansions. This McMansion came with wontons and fries. You know how flares are a design icon for the 60s and 70s? Well, a 90s mansion for the 90s, a design icon. And this one right here, the piece de resistance of Robertson. I'm a real connoisseur of these Robertson and Sunnybank Chinese mansions, and this is one of the best. The giant diamond in the gate is so tacky, and the street number is 8, which is the absolute best street number, because 8 means wealth, or it sounds like the word for wealth in Chinese. So they all have, like, the best mansions have an 18 or 28 or something like that. 8. $18. So that was number 8. And then the next house, same diamonds in the fence, number 18. How do you even do that? Like, street numbers are supposed to go in 2s, 8, 10, 12. This is 818. So clearly these rich Chinese back in the 90s were doing like rich Chinese tax math with the street addresses. Must have paid off the old council man. But at the end of the day, you end up with another beautiful example of a tacky Chinese mansion. And this guy parked outside, got himself 3 8s in the number plate. Their intercom's seen better days, but number 18, it's got so much. It's got a fountain, the lion statues, just amazing 90s styling. Circular driveway. Some of these places still have the classic 90s security cameras. Of course, back then the Chinese businessmen were so wealthy that they were worth kidnapping, presumably by other Chinese businessmen. So they needed the cameras and electric fences. Tennis courts are everywhere because land was cheap in the 90s. That's that guy's tennis court. That's that guy's tennis court. Just imagine how sad it would be if there was someone sitting in that house wishing he could play tennis, but there was no one to play with. And at the same time, there was someone in that house thinking the very same thing. So that was my day in Sunnybank. And it's nice to see that there is a community that's united, I guess around language mostly. Even if it's Chinese or Mandarin, they read the same. Wow, that's a Chinese. There's some serious Chinese mansions there that I just didn't get to show you guys. Anyway, there is, whether it's Chinese or Mandarin, they can read each other's language mutually. So they have that in common. And it's good to see that I managed not to say any super racist and stuff. It's always hard, you know, because there's all those stereotypes that you can lean into for the easy laugh. And I didn't want to step on anyone's toes, because you never know. Those toes might be feet bounded.